Hi, Randall Loy here. You've reached me on the Infertility Channel. Thanks so much for joining us. There are a lot of places you could be on the internet otherwise, but I'm happy you're here. Today we got a big subject, and I'd like to start with a story first. Not too long ago, we had a young lady who came in who wanted to be a surrogate. And I said, "How old are you?" And she goes, I don't know. "Well, what year were you born?" "Well, why do you ask me something like that?" I said, "Well, if I know the year that you were born, I can subtract that from this year and I can tell you how old you are." She goes, "Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Are you the only one who knows how to do that?" And I realized we probably didn't have the best of all possible surrogates. And the reason she's not the best candidate for traditional surrogacy is because we'd be using her eggs. We use the surrogate's eggs and her uterus, of course, and the sperm of the husband from the infertile couple. All right, so that is traditional surrogacy, and it has ancient roots. If you remember in the book of Genesis in the Bible, Abraham and Sarah, they were infertile, they were old, and they had old sperm and they had old eggs. And so Sarah had this female attendant by the name of Hagar, and she said, "Hey, Abraham, it's not happening for us. Why don't you go into," that was their word, "why don't you know my servant Hagar?" And Abraham said, "Yes, ma'am." And a few minutes later, Abraham was in Hagar's tent. Anyway, long story short, Ishmael came from that relationship, and ultimately Abraham and Sarah had Isaac. So let's talk about another type of traditional surrogacy. That would be surrogacy involving donor sperm. That means that the commissioning or the infertile couple, they want to have a baby, but maybe the husband has sperm problems, and then they could use donor sperm with a surrogate's eggs and uterus and have a baby. Now, all of these arrangements are by contract. One has to go to an attorney and have a contract drawn up between the commissioning couple, the social parents as they're called, and the surrogate. There have been some notable cases where the surrogate did not want to give the baby back. You might remember back in the mid-'80s, baby M. The baby was born, but the gestating mother, the surrogate, said, "No, I'm not giving this baby back. It's mine." The court ruled otherwise. So next time we're going to be talking about gestational surrogacy or gestational carriage. The take-home message is that true or traditional surrogacy is fairly uncommon, and it involves the use of the surrogate's eggs as well as the surrogate's uterus to make a baby for the infertile couple. Almost always it involves the payment of the surrogate, but sometimes out of the goodness of her heart, a surrogate will do this because of altruism. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Infertility Channel. Look forward to seeing you next time. Be sure to share this video with your friends and subscribe to catch all new episodes each week here on the Infertility Channel. Plus, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I love hearing from you. Comment below or tell me what you want to see on future episodes by sending me an email to comments@infertilitychannel.org. Until next week.